The running?
The running? Yeah. The running.
The running?
The running. You said it. The running.
He doesn't pay attention, man.
He's not paying attention.
I'm here.
Yeah.
It's on camera.
The running?
The running.
The what?
Put your finger up. Go ahead.
The one in your butt? Yes.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. We running.
The running.
We run it, baby. We run it.
Lot going on in wrestling. Big night. Night of the Champions.
Yes, or big day if you're in the United
Big day.
States.
Where's it being filmed at?
Saudi.
Jeddah?
Saudi Arabia. Where?
Jeddah?
I think it was in Jeddah or
I thought
no?
it was Saudi.
Saudi. It's Saudi.
Oh, okay.
Saudi.
Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Somewhere over there.
Shout out to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Shout out to peace in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah. As much as
Maybe.
you could get, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully wrestling could bring the nations together.
yeah,
For
facts.
something.
Yeah, something.
You know?
Shit.
At least it's early.
Yeah.
For sure. What's the matchup? What's the lineup for Night of Champions?
So the lineup for Night of Champions, we started off with Orton versus Rhodes,
Orton
King of the Ring.
Orton versus Rhodes. We all know what the outcome of that was.
Yeah, student versus teacher.
Predictable live events,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
You know.
This
You
is what
should've
I've been
went with
talking
Sammy.
about for weeks, right?
What did
Yeah.
we say? I picked them.
Yeah, but we already know who's gonna win this.
Yeah. How
Like,
could you make them lose?
They should have went with
Why
Sammy.
not?
This, in my opinion, I feel like that should have been Jey Uso versus Cody
In the final match.
in the final match.
That would have been better.
Been much better.
Why?
Yeah, the match that they had on Raw would have been well received.
Yeah,
Because it was one of those where it was international, so the crowd reaction was crazy for everything.
and Cody versus Jay in Saudi Arabia, it just feels like
Yeah, it's a big match feel.
a PLE type of event,
And
right?
here's the thing, right? You could have went a number of ways because Cody is going on record talking about this is his last good guy face run for a while.
Oh, so he's already said he's turning heel?
Like he's talking about it.
Oh, so he's going to turn heel when he gets
so
the belt.
you could have set it up in a way where he fought Jay and he had to do something underhanded to beat Jay, right? Because Jay is just as over,
Yeah.
right? Randy is, like I said, Randy didn't need it.
Randy didn't need to be in the final.
Yeah.
To your point, he kind of touched on some heelish moments because Randy has issues with his back. So he started grimacing, doing all these things, and Cody went right to working on the back. Crowd started booing on it, but Cody was entering into the heel phase just a little bit, just slightly.
Huh.
Just saying.
Yeah. It's not enough.
I still feel like Bob the Goon would have been better off.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bob the Goon would have been better off. Or Sami Zayn.
And they're not really showing that man no respect, huh?
Who? Bob the Goon?
Yeah,
Bob the
man.
Goon or-
He's getting the Kofi Kingston treatment.
Yeah. Even his dad is.
What do you mean?
How Kofi?
What do you mean?
I feel like you could have picked any other wrestler aside from Kofi.
Former world
Like-
champion
Go ahead.
over Kofi Mania, loses to Brock Lesnar.
This guy, he loves
Not
Kofi,
seen
But who
again
did-
in
who-
the main
he
event
lost to
picture.
Gunther. He lost to the guy he beat.
Yeah. Right? So he lost to the guy he beat, lost to Cody.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
But what angle could you go with, like, if he were to win or be in this match for Jey Uso? You know what I mean?
Uso didn't need to win the match, and I don't think Cody needed to win the match.
Did Gunther need to get the belt to fight Goldberg?
To make
No.
it mean something for them
Yeah.
in
Why?
their eyes.
Mean what?
Meanwhile,
Goldberg's last match for the
But
title.
Gunther?
yeah.
Nobody want to see that?
You're right.
By the way,
You're
all
right.
all these guys are
WWE
going
does.
through hell just to get a
An opportunity.
championship match, right?
Yeah, an opportunity.
And
Yeah.
Goldberg just shows up and he's like, "You're next."
Goldberg is 174 and 0.
He was.
He was.
He was.
That's what he said online. How he earned the match. Because people were like, why is Goldberg coming out here and getting this match? Doesn't make sense. He's 52. He jumped off the ring, hurt himself. Right? You saw the video?
Yeah.
Right? The guy is 54. He looks like Booker T right now
Chill.
in the Royal Rumble.
Relax.
Don't do that.
Relax.
Don't
We love
do
you,
that.
Booker T.
Don't
I
do
love
that.
Booker T too.
Don't do
Don't
that.
do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that to Buck, man. Buck was mad.
He's still
I'm
got
trying to get us on the show.
Spinaroonie in him. Don't do that. Don't
I'm
do
trying
that.
to get us on the show.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Call me out. Yeah, I
I'm
want to
coming
be
for
on the
you.
Hall of Fame.
I'm coming for you. Like, I don't know. I just Gunther's whack to me, so I don't know why they
So
allow him to have the belt to face Goldberg.
Like I said, the champion is only as good as the challenger. Right? Gunther has not had any great challengers except for Sami Zayn and maybe
Because
Jey
nobody
Uso.
want to see that, bro. Nobody want to see that.
His
Nobody wants
best
to see Gunther.
challengers
He's
has
not
been
good.
in NXT.
Yeah.
Those days way behind. You know what I mean?
For
But
sure.
they haven't brought anybody up who's.
But they
been-
have enough
They-
talent there where they could have used.
Is Gunther boring? Is he boring in the ring?
Gunther?
You gotta watch Gunther versus Ilya in that empty arena match. And
I
you'll
don't
see-
I don't mind Gunther matches.
I
Gunther
do
is
not.
solid.
He's solid.
He's solid.
It's you
I
know
don't
what
mind
it
him.
is? It's his challengers, right? Braun Breaker needs to challenge him.
Again,
Right?
yeah.
Seth Rollins needs to challenge him.
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. They got so many guys in the WWE who can give him a match, right?
Mhm.
But the story is Damian Priest, who nobody wants to see,
Nobody wants to see.
right?
Wait, let's get business together, Undertaker.
Yes. And you got all these guys who have been at the top of WWE for a minute,
Mm.
right? Who need to move aside to let some of these younger guys who are
Gotta move
hungry
around.
Yeah.
at least
Okay.
get a shot. I can even see Gunther go against the dude we were talking about earlier from the Street Profits.
Oh, Bobo Brazil.
Yes, Bobo Brazil. And another African American icon, Johnny B. Bad.
Thanks.
Don't forget Macho Man.
Yes,
I didn't say Macho Man, dog. I didn't say
Macho
Macho
Man
Man.
Randy Savage.
Johnny be bad, baby.
Who else we got in the lineup?
The next match was, I believe it was Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez.
Who won that match?
Rhea, of course.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea.
Predictable live events.
All full, right? Here's another issue.
Mm.
Rhea
Tell me.
Ripley. Raquel Rodriguez. Nobody is thinking that Raquel Rodriguez.
It's gonna be Rhea Ripley.
Yes. Where's Io? Where's Bianca? Where's Charlotte? Where's anybody else?
Jade Cargill.
Well, she was in another match.
Yeah, she was in
tonight,
another match.
right? But where's anybody else?
These are PLEs. These
You
are
can
not.
even
This is not Monday Night Raw. This is not SmackDown. Give us a PLE. Give us some people that we want to see
Jordan Grace.
go head to head. You know what I liked? This past Monday, Braun Breaker hopped in the ring with what's this dude? Penta.
Yeah,
And what a great match.
yeah. Clash
Yeah.
of Styles.
What a
Always.
great match. And
Always
a clean loss for Penta.
Yeah.
Penta lost in the ring, by the way. I predicted that.
Yeah,
I predicted that this dude was gonna just go on a losing streak. But
before he takes off. They always do that before he takes off.
anyway, I
They
predicted that he was gonna continue to lose. But the
do
way
do the thing. Yes.
Let's fucking go.
but the way he lost, first of all, that move was crazy. Did you guys see the spear?
Oh, his
Yeah,
spears are
it's
nuts.
crazy. Yeah.
Like, did you see it? My man jumping off of one rope and then getting speared out the ear. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was but that's something I would have expected to see in the PLE.
Right.
And that was on Monday Night Raw,
But
right?
they're building it though.
I don't know.
building
It just seems like they're going in the
No,
wrong.
those two, they're building that momentum. for
Oh
us.
yeah. It just seems like
absolutely.
they're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Though. Like,
Oh, for sure.
They're putting much better matches on.
lead ups.
Yeah,
I think that's
on
the
Raw
point,
and
though, too.
SmackDown,
Yeah.
and then like you're getting disappointed on the PLEs.
In fairness to that, though, it is because Liv Morgan got injured. I think they were going to go that tag team championship route before
Okay.
she
Yeah.
injured
Okay.
her elbow. a
Still,
couple
great
weeks ago.
match, great match. But
Are
It was a good
PLEs
finish. It was a good finish, actually.
Are PLEs valued anymore?
the way they're going, I mean, we're not paying for them the same.
Yeah. We don't pay for them.
I know. I'm just saying.
So-
are they valued?
But I'm
In
hearing
their
that
eyes.
when you go to the arenas, the prices are like double and triple. So
And the thing is, this is where the problem with competition. There's no competition for WWE.
Yeah.
You could say AEW, but they're not competition. Back in the day, there was Jim Ross. He said that WCW would have the best undercard around
is that my water?
back in the day for their pay-per-views and Monday Night Nitros. Right? Best undercard because you had all the cruiserweights, you had all these people that you would not see.
Yeah.
WWE had the best main event. And I think that's what they're sticking to these days. The best main event where the undercard is lackluster.
But you being a lifelong fan, do you like what they're doing?
It bores me.
It does.
It bores the heck out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And it's just Rhea Ripley. She's a monster, right?
I agree.
She's going against Raquel Rodriguez, who's big, but is unproven.
She's not there yet.
Yeah. Nothing against Raquel, not as athletic as a Stephanie Victor or Julia or Jordan Grace or even a Lashley.
It just feels like a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown match. It doesn't feel like a PLE match.
Not a big match.
No, not at all.
Now, if we see, to Steve's point, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill, right? Even though Jade Cargill is green, Jade Cargill looks like a goddess. Yeah. Rhea Ripley looks like a goddess. Right?
Yeah.
They look amazing. Right? We got into wrestling for the storylines and people who look like they are killers. Not for Rhea Ripley versus Joe Schmo from up the street. You know? Not to say that Raquel Rodriguez is Joe Schmo.
Yeah. In the 90s, Raquel would have been a jobber.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, especially if she's a face.
Yeah.
I feel at least being a heel, she has a chance to make a name for herself.
Is she going to be like the female crush?
Adam Bomb.
That's on point.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's on point.
Is she that?
That is on point.
Especially, remember when Crush on hit with the face?
Wasn't that your favorite wrestler?
Chill.
No?
Relax. Hell no.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Chase, what was the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No bullet for me, bro. No bullet. No bullet. No bullet. No bullet.
Crush him.
Nah, bro. It was whack.
So, and here's the issue, right? With the PLEs for me. They're way too predictable because the people who are in these PLEs, you don't think that they're going to win. You know that the guy who you choose is going to win.
Yeah.
Right? Cody. Okay. Yeah, he's going to win. Rhea Ripley. Yeah, she's going to win.
And like, honestly, if Raquel was going to win, you know, it would have involved like Roxanne Perez or, you know, something to that effect.
You know what's crazy? It just reminds me of like when we had the Monday Night Wars. This is why WCW was getting over on WWE because WWE was so predictable. And it wasn't until they did something unpredictable that people started watching again when Mankind won the belt. WCW announced it like, yo, Mankind takes the belt from, who was it, Triple H or The Rock that night?
It was The Rock?
Was it Triple H or The Rock?
Triple H, I thought.
No, it was Triple H.
It was Triple H. Okay, yeah. So it was like, okay, yeah, Mankind wins the belt tonight. And everybody's like, what? So then everyone left because it was unpredictable, right? So even though we knew the ending, you just want to see something unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part of it that we're missing. Who was the next lineup?
Next one was Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross.
All right.
Let's say it on Raw.
Could have been, yes.
Who was the winner? Sami Zayn?
Sami Zayn.
Oh, wow. Look at that, huh? Surprise.
That could have been
clean win.
Now,
clean win, too. Dang.
Here's the thing, right? If they would have went that way for a PLE, I would have loved to see Karrion Kross win that. And just say, I was right, Sam. This is why you always lose, you loser. Right? I would have loved to see that. Because Karrion Kross has the buzz around him.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
He has the buzz. He has the people behind him.
And even if Sammy loses, he still doesn't lose any of his face value.
He doesn't. It only builds a new star in Karrion Kross.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That is what I feel WWE has
struggled with. Yes.
Creating
the superstar.
Stars. They have taken stars from other places. Like Penta, Rey Fenix, Cody Rhodes, Jade Cargill, Jacob Fatu. Who else? You name the top guy who's been new in the last few months to a year. They've come from somewhere else. Right? They have not built any homegrown stars.
And it doesn't, isn't it like the trademark of Triple H? Because this is like when Triple H had like his creative rights when he was Triple H, the wrestler. Like that's how he got over, was by burying everybody.
Yeah.
Right? So it didn't matter who it was, even if the story, it made sense for him to lose.
Shout out Booker T.
He would still win because that's how he thought he got over.
Yeah.
And
But
so
Same
we're
thing
just
with
we're
John
just seeing
Cena.
this recycled into the entire WWE now. Like Sami Zayn did not need to get over to be over.
Yeah.
He would have still been over if he lost the cross, and he probably would have been over more if he lost the cross if they wrote a better fucking storyline.
Yeah.
This is what I've been fucking
How'd he
saying.
fall?
It,
Right, how
it
do you
does
fall
look
into
like
that,
they're
though?
still going to continue it, even though he won.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
But how does that help Cross out?
Exactly.
Right? How does that help him? Right?
Who knows?
It doesn't.
It depends on how they execute it, but
And he would have to win and dominate Sam. Right? And Cross is a monster. Like a legit monster. Not like fake
That's a big
monster,
deal.
but legit fighter. Right? They could have leaned into that. You're only here, Sammy, because I allow it. But you allow this guy to eke out a victory.
yeah, but it looked like it was all part of Karrion's plan. That's what they left it at. Like
Okay.
he
Okay.
accepted the loss, and it was one of those. He smiled at it. He was like still reaching out for Sammy at the end of the match.
Come on.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It is stupid. I agree, DJ. What was the next one?
Next one was Jacob Fatu versus Solo.
Fatu versus Solo. We know how this went down. Big Fatu win?
No, Solo.
Solo won?
Solo,
Yeah.
Yo,
Piccolo
Solo
Steve,
took the belt?
Steve. Solo took the belt, and the bit
Tamataga's little brother, who's 7 feet tall,
came through.
came through
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and chokeslam Jacob Fatu
It,
on
and
the table.
it didn't break the
It didn't
table.
break.
It didn't break the table though.
God damn.
Oh, what's the other? Not Tamatonga.
Tonga Loa came back.
He made his return. So
The
Solo
brother?
got
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
got his nice.
Whose side
little-
was he on?
He was on
Solo?
Solo.
Everybody was for Solo.
So-
Four
Oh.
against one.
But the thing is,
Damn.
that's a great question. Is Tonga Loa, right?
Tamatonga.
Nigga, what?
Tamatonga.
Yeah, Tonga, right? I believe could be a breakout star.
Yes.
You know,
Which one is this one? The one that
He-
ran in tonight?
the one who'd be like,
Yeah.
right?
I liked him better when he had the long hair.
Yeah, man.
And it was
You
Gorillas in
remember?
Arms.
Yeah, and he used to come out. This man used to come out throwing up gang signs and stuff like that. Just like real gutter goon. Gutter goon.
But-
But what happened?
He came to the WWE and they just softened
But
him up.
he was
Yeah.
he was finding his lane before this injury.
Oh, yeah,
as well.
definitely.
Like the same way Jacob is getting his following, he was right there
Yeah.
too.
Where
I
does
think
this
he's
go?
gonna-
Where does this go next?
We see where Jimmy
A
and
secondary-
Jacob already
Yeah, a secondary
making a
bloodline
connection.
story.
Exactly.
You like it?
No.
You like it?
It's a lot. It's a lot of them. It's a lot.
It's a lot
The
of fun.
bloodline has been going on for far too long.
But
The
if that's
best
your
of the
only
story is
momentum,
already passed.
but if that's your momentum, like
Um,
you're opening the door for the next
So-
generation, right?
Solo is, like I said earlier, is going to be a breakout star because he's funny, he's charismatic. He's not as intense as Jacob. I feel
but he
that
can be.
if
Nah.
he's given the reins,
Yeah.
no pun intended, he could be a breakout star. Seriously.
No, I'm
Because
laughing
you
at the
gotta
range.
see-
You know, for one thing, I think Solo's funny as hell.
No, he's, not, he's
Yeah.
good. He's good.
Because
It's
if y'all
great.
remember when they first had him in Bloodline, no reaction on his face. You couldn't
Yeah.
break him. Always serious, straight face. And they kind of gave him his personality after
Yeah.
Roman Reigns lost the belt. And like since then, he's kind of been building off that character with a little more personality. And like when he's like mimicking people in the ring and like doing their moves, like when he does the Fatu
Yeah.
and start shit, it's funny shit.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, character
That's
So
all
he
man.
was
That's
like,
wonderful.
even the
That's
last
wonderful.
That's
Is he-
wonderful.
Is he Owen Hart? I'm not a nugget. In terms of just the personality,
No, I would say
Huh?
he's closer to the
Oh, it
Rock,
hurt. What you mean?
just
like,
personality
Rock,
wise,
but
just
in
a
his own
brat.
lane.
You know what I'm saying? Like a brat on.
I would say
Mike
Rock
Souza, things like that.
in
Good
his
wrestler.
own lane.
Okay.
Like
He's got more personality than I gave him credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're like showing us that. Like I was gonna say, the ladder match.
when he did this, and then
Yeah, he started doing the walk.
When he was
then-
talking up the ladder,
Yo, when he grabbed his leg on the ladder, I bursted out laughing. That was just so
Yeah.
funny, man. So
Fucking idiot.
that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's good
But what do
stuff.
you think
So
is next?
so
It's just-
he got the belt now, so they can just keep rocking that story. At some point in time, I feel like Jacob and Solo are gonna like reunite.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna happen. And if they become like a tag team duo, they're gonna be tough.
So
Yeah.
now does this?
I'm thinking Jacob's brother comes through. Zilla.
Oh,
They signed
Zilla
him.
comes
Yeah.
from?
Because it's a secondary bloodline.
Yeah.
Jacob, Zilla, Tama, and Jimmy.
Yeah. We'll see.
That's what I'm thinking.
Who else?
Next one was Asuka versus Jade.
Asuka versus Jade Cargill. So Jade won this
She
one.
Yeah,
won.
she
this
did.
one.
Asuka
She
put her
did.
over.
She's the queen of the ring. Gets her title shot.
Yeah.
That was the right call.
Yeah.
Jade needed it because she's a superstar. She came in like a superstar.
And they've been protecting her, putting her in the right
Yeah.
place at the right time.
Did y'all
They
watch the
protected
match?
her in the Royal
No.
Rumble.
Was
They
it a good match?
I will say it showed how green she was. Like she's a
Who,
great
Jade?
superstar.
Jade
yeah,
is super green.
because Asuka was, the experience. She looks
Yeah.
great in the ring.
But that's
Even
what
the
you
finish.
need.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what
You
you
need-
need. But you could see the difference. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Asuka is like 5-star.
Exactly.
All the time.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. Like when you put Goldberg in there with DDP, right? DDP is going to make Goldberg look good.
Or Goldberg in there with Bret Hart.
You would hope
Dude.
so.
Goldberg is going to end somebody's career. You know? Shout out to Bret Hart. Sorry that it happened.
They had put a Goldberg
The best there is, best there
Yo.
was, best there ever will be.
You know what I mean?
Until CM Punk came. Now
The
CM Punk's the
WCW
best in the
channel
world.
had put in a Goldberg's undefeated streak up on YouTube. So I started watching it. One of his first matches was with Roadblock. I don't know if y'all remember.
Oh, yeah.
Roadblock.
The big guy in the suit.
With the silver suit.
Y'all need to watch that match. It was the worst match I've ever seen.
I can imagine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember when he struggled to jackknife him and shit.
Struggled to jackknife. He had this hold on the floor that nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. Even Roadblock was like, all right, do I yell? Do I do something? Horrible.
I gotta
You know
watch
my
it.
favorite Goldberg matches? Guess what?
Sting and Goldberg.
No. William Regal.
Oh
versus
boy.
Goldberg.
That's a good match. That's
It's
a great match.
Why
That's
do you
a
like
great
that match so much? I thought the DDP match was
Oh, the
good.
DDP match is number 2.
Yeah, DDP match was dope.
DDP match
Because
is
Regal
number
got
2.
in that ass.
You know what happened in that
That's
match?
yeah.
So DDP said, "Yeah, you're gonna want to slow down when you do the spin, right?" And Goldberg went 100 miles.
Well,
an
he got
hour.
mad at him because he told him that.
Yeah,
Because
He was-
it hurt. That shit hurt.
Because DDP's plan was to let him run through him. He didn't know that. He thought he was going to brace and hit something, that was kind of like
yeah,
hitting a punching bag, but he hit a feather.
yeah. He was like, I was light as a feather. He didn't touch me, and then he knocked himself out. Because when you see him explaining this while you watch the match, you're like, damn, he did knock himself out.
And so they faked it once. Goldberg wanted to just spare him one time and be like squash him. And he's like, no, we're going to go for like 8 minutes. And so he's like, just know that the very first spear, I'm moving out the way. So
when he hit his head on the-
don't run too fast because I'm going to move out of the way. And Goldberg got mad, and he says, he's like, I'm not sure if he was going to try and spare me anyway, because he ran as fast as he could at me, and he just missed hitting me. In fact, he ran so hard, he hit his head on the
On the
ring
toe.
post.
Oh well.
Yep.
and you see him like,
He gave himself a concussion.
Yep.
He's like, I told him I was going to move. Like, I know he didn't want me to move, but I told him I'm moving. You're not. And he still tried to hit me, and he missed, and he hit his head on the. So now he's got noodle legs for half the match,
Fuck around and find out.
and DDP's like
Yeah.
just putting him over, until he gets his shit
That's
back.
funny.
And then when he finally does spare him, he hit his head again.
he was like, I was light as a feather. Didn't feel a thing.
Yeah, he just gave his body up. And so no resistance at all.
Imagine that. You trying to kill somebody and they just like,
Let you.
how does that feel, buddy?
You hit him so hard you hurt yourself. You knock yourself out. So, but my favorite Goldberg match would I liked when he squashed Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that was a good
Oh,
match.
the initial one.
And
Yeah,
then the
'cause
one
no
we
one-
saw the rematch
Yeah.
live.
The rematch was good, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
you should have
Rematch
been
was
in
the way it was
the-
supposed to be the first
the
time.
arena.
It was in Orlando.
Yeah.
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 The crowd went crazy. Crazy.
That was a good.
Yeah.
When he speared him through the barricade?
Yeah.
Or like the first time he went to spear him and Brock jumped up and did a split in the air?
He jumped over him.
Yeah.
He jumped right over him, leapfrogged him.
Wow. That's a big dude to be doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Super athletic.
Imagine you were running at Brock and you were solid and he jumped over you. What do you think?
Craziness.
Just like,
And for a long fucking
How's
this
game.
guy-
how's this
speed
big dude
too.
just
Yeah.
do that? Like,
Right. Cat like, yeah. He was nice.
That's a special kind of athlete.
wow.
Yeah, facts. Fact. Who's next?
Then
what was
we
next?
finish this off with Cena versus Punk.
Cena versus Punk. And obviously Cena won.
yes.
Absolutely.
The second that they announced that CM Punk was fighting John Cena, did any of you think that CM Punk had a chance to win?
No.
No. If this
Predictable
was
live
towards,
event.
yeah, if it was at the end, maybe. But
If it was
like the
for
very last.
SummerSlam, then maybe. You know?
How many
Yeah.
more days of this do we have?
To December.
God damn, dog.
To December.
At
Oh
this
my
point, right?
God.
Like we're like, yo, we're over it, right?
Right.
So
I've been
speak-
over it.
Yeah.
So speaking of John Cena,
Here we go.
right? We got to bring up one man because we haven't convened in a minute.
Okay.
Mr. Ron, the Truth Killings. You know, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend.
What about him?
Right? He was fired, then unfired, brought back.
Mhm.
Showed up at Saturday night's main event, cut his locks off.
Only 2 locks, but go ahead.
Yeah, he had like 5 of them joints. He had 5 of them joints.
DJ, come on.
Jeez.
I mean, you ain't doing it like
That's a good style now.
You ain't really doing much.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a lot of thought put into it. You know what I mean? It wasn't as dramatic as niggas wanted to be. But I get it.
Yeah. Like,
Because Michael Cole was
He
looking
said-
at him like, right.
They had that one in the front, just with
Bro,
I'm a whole new person now.
Oh, my
no.
bad, R-Truth. You're a legend.
So, I think that WWE needs to capitalize on what they got with that man.
He's old though too. That's
I
the
think
only thing.
WWE needs to capitalize, regardless of whether he's old or not.
What would you like to see? What's your what
Give him the belt. I'm
Give him
taking
the
from
belt.
John Cena.
Give him the belt and make him
One for one
serious. No,
okay.
No, he can
No,
hold it. He
give
can hold
him
it
the
to
belt.
the next PLE.
That's what I mean. Like
because and then make him serious. No jokes, none of that, and just say I'm better than everybody.
is he a heel?
He
Or
could
he
be.
just
a
he
heel.
just
No,
He
he
could be a
he
heel.
won't though. He won't be because
But-
everybody he's over.
He could get away
But
with.
what is
either.
it that they describe Stone Cold as?
A tweener,
Tweener.
anti-hero.
He could be a tweener.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's over enough where whatever he does would work,
Anything he does.
right? And he doesn't have to be comic relief. He could be serious, but he needs something to cap off his tenure.
Yeah.
20 years, right? If you don't even have to give him the belt that Cody's going after. You give him the belt that Gunther got. It'll mean something, right?
I think it would mean more if he took it from John Cena though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It'll mean a whole lot more, right?
I think it would mean more for not just Ron Killing's career, but John Cena's as well.
yeah.
I think that would be like the cherry on top for John Cena's career.
And then
To let Ron Killings, who's like kind of like dedicated his whole, career persona type of thing to John Cena, does all his moves and everything.
Yeah.
To be the one to take John Cena out in his last match.
And then here's another wrinkle. Cody Rhodes interviewed R-Truth, and Cody Rhodes said, "Yeah, I've never beaten you, Truth, ever. You've beaten me every single time. Every time that we were in the ring, I was looking up at the lights, and you were getting cheered. It writes itself, right? You give him
Yeah.
the belt, turn Cody heel. There it is. It revitalizes Cody,
Mhm.
right? Makes R-Truth the superstar, and you can have R-Truth get beat by Cody.
And you do this at the end of his.
You do it
Yeah.
at WrestleMania.
Yeah, at the end of his
The
career.
only
you
reason
can
I
even
say
do
that is because right now with Ron Killings. They're put right. It's him and Aleister Black that they're.
Yeah. For what reason? I don't know.
That's a random matchup to me, but
Yeah, exactly.
I think they're saving him.
Aleister is going to get a push.
Saving
so
I think they're saving
what?
him
Both.
to get
No, I'm
another
saying,
shot
yeah.
at John Cena. I think they're saving him. They're just going to keep him relevant. I think he's going to get another shot at John Cena. I think that's
Because he
how
got
John
kicked
Cena.
out of his
Yeah.
match.
I think that's how John Cena loses the
Yeah.
belt.
Hopefully.
Ron Killings.
Right? Because here's the thing.
Because of Ron Killings or two Ron Killings?
2 Ron Killings.
I would hope so. Now, here's
When does Cody get his?
SummerSlam.
So he gets his rematch at SummerSlam. So he loses at SummerSlam. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, which is stupid.
Cody's going to lose at SummerSlam? You think?
That's what we'd be talking about right now. If
Yeah.
Ron Killings takes the belt from John Cena, then we'd have to see Cody lose and turn
John
heel.
Cena's-
That probably have to be his
What
heel
about
turn.
Seth? He stole the Money in the Bank. We'll see how that cash in happens.
Yeah.
So he didn't technically do it tonight?
No,
No.
it was interrupted.
So then
it
does The
didn't
Rock
count.
show up at SummerSlam?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, everybody did.
I mean, I don't know. If
Do we
if-
need
if-
him to show up?
If they need him to, he will.
I know we all know The Rock's going to show up at some point in time. He bailed on WrestleMania, so he kind of owes the universe. I feel like he feels that way. at
But does he
least.
care?
And it'll be a randomly showing up.
That's a good question. If he does, he'll be there.
Yeah.
If he does, he'll be at SummerSlam. He'll be in Jersey.
So, with John Cena winning and Cody winning, the issue is if Cody loses, you destroy whatever thing you had with Cody, right? You got to turn him heel.
Yeah.
I was just gonna
You
say
gotta turn him
that's
heel.
what it does.
But I think Cody wants to turn heel.
Yeah.
so.
Would,
So
you,
then-
would you like him as a heel?
Yeah,
I would like him
he's a
better
good
as a
heel.
heel than
Yeah.
A
a
face?
face because his championship run would be better as a heel than his face run because he was trash.
Wait, I
So-
got a question. So if you turn him heel, so who's face? Who's your?
I was going to
Who's
say,
your
who's the
go-to?
Jey
counterpart?
Uso, CM Punk,
Ron Killings,
Ron Killings,
Hey, Uso, CM Punk.
Randy Orton.
Randy
Sami-
might not
Sami
be here
Zayn.
for that much longer.
You
CM,
like that? You
CM
like
Punk
that?
is probably the one that takes the belt from him. CM Punk's going to get a belt in the next year.
Yeah.
Is he
You
done
need-
soon?
Huh?
He probably is,
Step
but
away.
he's definitely going to get a belt in the next year.
So y'all think those are the gentlemen that'll fit that top face role?
For the heel? You have no other choice. Well,
They just because they
'Cause I
all
feel
they've
like
done
I
is fuck
like
CM
Jey
Punk
Uso. I
over
love Jey Uso, but y'all
this
have
entire
him looking
time.
kind of
Yeah.
crazy now. Like he's floundering up
Jey
and down.
Uso?
Yeah, Jey Uso. Like yes, he can elevate there, but he's not gonna.
But a lot of people, and I agree with you. A lot of people can elevate to the world title,
You can get there,
right?
but are you
A
gonna
ton
be
of people.
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal.
LA Knight.
LA Knight would be perfect for Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LA Knight would be perfect. He would be the best
I didn't
person
even
Why?
think of that. Oh man.
Why LA Knight?
Oh,
because he
I
could
thought
talk.
you didn't like him.
yo,
He could talk circles
Roman
around
Reigns
Cody,
as well.
Yeah.
right? You could talk circles
dumb.
around.
I'm
him.
dumb.
You can even do Jacob Fatu.
And who? Cody?
Cody. You could do Jacob Fatu. And
Yeah.
Cody
Roman
I
Reigns.
said Roman. Like he can come back.
You could
as
do
a
that
face.
too.
Yeah.
Sure could.
and do a
And
rubber
that-
match,
Yeah, you have to.
right?
That's probably 2 WrestleManias from now, but yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
But it writes itself.
But Cody would have to be dominant for at least 6 months to a year. He would have to be dominant and be a true piece of crap heel.
Quick question: as a heel, though, would he need to have his own stable, or do you need him as a heel by himself?
Good question.
So I would say yes, but then I would say no because everybody has a stable.
I was gonna say Seth is doing it right now,
Seth
what if-
and Solo.
and Solo,
But what if Cody took over like Seth's stable?
and Seth became
They joined.
the.
Kind of like an NWO thing.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it.
I would much rather Cody looking at what I know now in Seth's position than Seth being in Seth's position.
Say it again.
I would rather Cody be in Seth's position than where Seth is right now. I can't stand him.
You don't like Seth?
He never
So-
has though. So
So here's the thing, right? It's not that I don't like Seth. I think Seth is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. And I've had this conversation with him, right? As far as the Shield goes, and I've said this on multiple occasions to this man, what have I said? They all need to go away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Seth is like not taking that break away.
He is not taking no break.
Even like last year, after last year's WrestleMania, not this past one, the one in Philly, he stepped away, but it seemed like he still should have been gone longer.
Yeah. And when Roman left for that 6 months to a year and he came back, different level.
Yeah.
And I said that to Steve before this podcast even existed. Roman goes away, comes back. Guess what? He's that guy. I said they all need to go away because they're corny and stale and lame. I have not switched that tone.
No, you're 100% accurate.
Now, Seth, corny, lame. Right? He's been lame. He's great in the ring, but he's never been that guy. Mm-hmm. We have never gotten a chance to miss him because he doesn't allow it. He wants to be that guy.
He's always there.
Right?
That's true.
Remember when Stone Cold left?
For a year. He was gone for a year.
Like, sometimes leaving is not bad.
Shawn Michaels left for like 6 months when he lost his smile and gave up the belt. Right? Then he left for 4 years.
Why you laughing?
No, because he always references when he lost his smile.
Yeah. But that's what happened. He lost his smile.
Wait. Okay, but let's rewind for a second. When he lost his smile, like, did you hear Vince McMahon say that? Or like, why?
No, he said it.
That was a storyline. You don't remember that? That was a whole storyline.
He didn't want to drop the belt to Brett.
That's right. Yes.
And he got jumped, and then he lost the smile.
Nah, wasn't it Dean Douglas or something?
No.
Something like that?
He didn't want to drop the belt to Brett.
It was Brett.
So he lost his smile, and he disappeared for him.
Dumb.
They had a whole video
whole
because
thing
of
where
that.
he gave up the belt, and he was crying, had on the suit jacket with the jeans, and the cowboy boots, and his hair in a ponytail. I can't do this anymore. I've lost my smile.
Dumb.
So who pitched it?
Vince for sure.
Vince for sure, right?
It was the new generation. It was the new generation. It was all Vince.
So that was it. That was the lineup.
That was it.
All right. Well, what do we give that? We give a grade for this PLE. What are we giving them?
I would say a B+.
B+. DJ.
Trash. C.
C is a trash.
Yeah.
C is average. Trash. Average. C.
Yeah.
I give it average.
C.
Yeah.
Okay. I give it a C.
Why do you make it a big plus?
It was just solid throughout. Kept me entertained. I know the level of matches with the characters should have remained on like Raw or SmackDown, but I think they overperformed everybody.
I feel like you're just a homer. You like love the WWE to a fault.
Plus, you got to watch it though. The energy was good. The crowd was reaction to it. It was overall. It was a good show.
Always good overseas.
Yeah, exactly. So it's never a bad show, and it translates, through the screen.
The issue is for me, right? With a show like that, I get some of the matches,
and the women with them being over there, there's no, you got to be covered all the way around. Right? So it does put a little matches. Negativity.
You have to have bathrooms, right? You have to bring them down, but you should be knocking for us to view.
I think they do that, but
So, with that being said, I was recently watching. Shout out to Undertaker. Undertaker has a podcast with his wife. I don't know the name of it. Have you seen it?
Isn't it his normal podcast?
No, it's not 6 feet under.
This dude.
That's 6 feet under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he just recently interviewed Braun Breaker, and he was talking to Braun about Royal Rumble that recently passed, where he speared
I Show Speed.
Yeah. And he said I have never in my life, my family will tell you, actually like stood up and reacted to anything that happens in wrestling, because I feel like I've seen it all. He was like, I never saw that before, and we all like stood up and kept rewinding and rewinding and rewinding. He's like, that was like one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And he was like, honestly, this is going to be controversial. I don't want to offend anybody, but I think that no one else should do the spear but you.
I can say that, yeah.
Right?
I agree with that.
So we've seen a lot of spears in wrestling history, right? And for like Undertaker to give him that type of kudos for that move, it had me think like, what other type of move have we seen, like different iterations of, and which one do I think or do we think was the best ever? And the next move that came to mind was the powerbomb. It was a very famous move, very powerful move, and we've seen different iterations. So I'm going to read a list of some of the best and top powerbombs in wrestling history, and then we'll talk about powerbombs. Tell me like, what was your favorite or best powerbomb and why? So I got Gunther with his form of the powerbomb. JBL with the cigar powerbomb. You remember that one where he like smokes a cigar on your back? Yeah. Pause and then powerbombs you. Obviously Kevin Nash with the jackknife. Batista with the Batista bomb. Undertaker with the Last Ride. Kane with the Hellfire bomb. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Test with his version of the power bomb. Claudio with the Ricola bomb. Kevin Owens with the pop-up power bomb. Sid Vicious with the delayed bomb. Sable with the Sable bomb.
Wow.
Ronnie's favorite. Mike Awesome with the Awesome bomb. Vader with the Vader bomb. Oh, you like that one? That was your guy. Roman Reigns with the Schoolboy bomb. The one arm. Bubba Ray Dudley with the Dudley bomb through the table.
3D.
The Shield with the triple power bomb. Scott Norton, another one of your favorites, with the Norton bomb, and then Jushin Liger with the Liger bomb.
Too many.
That's a lot of
bombs,
bombs,
right?
What about Ahmed Johnson?
So if we had
That wasn't a bomb, no?
So if we had to take it from everyone else, so none of them can use it, only one can, who would you give it to?
In this era?
Of everyone. Ever.
Of the bomb.
Yeah, we had to give it to one person. I'll kick it off. I think, and I'll tell you why, I think that the Jackknife Powerbomb was probably the best powerbomb. And in my opinion, I think it's because of Hulk Hogan. And I'll tell you why. Because in WCW, when the NWO was getting their heat,
that's fair.
The Giant was the champion. And Kevin Nash jackknifed the Giant and botched it and broke that man's neck. And Hulk Hogan sold that shit. And he was outside the ring. And part of it was real. He really thought he killed him. And the other part was he stayed in character. And I thought this is the craziest thing I've ever seen on television. But then, did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I got to go watch that again.
Yeah, Ronnie, drop that clip in the video. And he broke his neck. Because if you watch when the angle where he actually drops him on his neck, if you're looking across the actual ring, Hulk Hogan's face is right there. And he turns around at the last second when he hits his neck, and he turns back around. And they play it off like they did it on purpose, knowing that they're like, I hope this guy doesn't fucking die because he's 400 pounds and we just dropped him upside down.
I've never seen Hulk Hogan's reaction. I've seen the video hundreds of times.
Yeah, we'll throw it in the clip so you can check it out. But his reaction sold it for me. I was like, damn, this is wild. What you got, DJ?
I think the Last Ride is probably my favorite because just the extra extension and then kind of pulling them down opposed to the other way of doing it. Yeah.
Do that again. What'd you do?
What? Pause, man.
He said extra extension. Damn, DJ.
But the Last Ride, dog. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so mine is going to be a dark horse.
Of course it is.
I like Vader. I like Sid. But one of the craziest, Mike freaking Awesome.
The Awesome Mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy would pick somebody up and just throw them through tables, through out of the ring into the crowd, just go nuts. and he looked like a monster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he would just toss these people where you know they were getting hurt. You know, so I have to give it to Mike Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good choice.
I'm gonna have to go with Batista.
The Batista bomb?
The Batista
Really?
bomb. Yeah. I think it.
Yo,
Nah, Batista.
Tell
bomb.
us why. What's up?
Just because that's a great move to sell.
Yeah.
Remember the one he hit Orton with?
Yeah.
I want to say right after he won the world title.
Mhm.
That was one of the best Batista bombs, and you could catch out on the majority of wrestlers today. It's a great sell. From the
It's not even better than Kevin Owens' pop-up powerbomb.
Fact.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It is.
Yes,
It's not.
Yo,
dog.
Yes, it is.
These two be
It's
double
not-
teaming you,
it's
bro.
not-
This is crazy.
It's not, but Kevin Owens, it's not even a believable. That nigga can't lift. Come on, bro. It's not even believable. Like, I see you jumping. Come on.
What's wrong with that, nigga?
Nah.
You know,
All right.
Batista bomb all day.
Batista bomb. So everybody else has got to go?
Yeah.
I walk alone outside in this pit of danger. That's what you're saying?
Pick Mike also.
He did pick Mike Awesome.
Who? What do you mean who? You know you were watching ECW back in the day. Cut it out. Cut it out.
I threw his name on the list because it is a popular
You know,
power bomb.
Throwing
That
motherfuckers
70s
through
guy, the
flaming
big
tables.
lady thriller? Come on.
Yeah, that guy.
The fat
That
lady
guy.
thriller? Mike Awesome?
Did I miss any power bombs? Is there any like
Pearl River Plunge. That's about it. That's a Batista ball.
the Razor's Edge? Is that like a
It's not a
sort
power
of a
bomb.
power
No,
bomb?
That's
What-
a drop.
Let's.
Yeah. I don't think he missed it.
Yeah,
No,
but you
right?
could-
Yeah.
What?
Is the
Yeah.
Razor's Edge a power bomb?
No.
No,
It's
right?
more of a drop.
It's a drop.
So-
Okay.
Drop.
I think Sid had a great powerbomb. Like he was known for his powerbomb, more so than a lot of people. You know? But as far as looks go,
That
You
Norton bomb.
Norton was Scott Norton was a monster.
That
That guy was a
was-
monster.
It was a big dude. That was a big dude.
Scott Norton was huge.
Yeah.
Yo, wasn't he in attack?
With
Fire,
with
fire
Bob
and ice.
Bagwell?
Fire and ice.
Yeah.
Ice
Oh.
train.
With Ice Train?
Trash.
Super trash.
Yeah, I
Big
remember
trash.
WrestleMania when they fought the Steiner brothers. I was like, these guys are bodybuilders.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Huge.
Power plant. That's where they came from.
What?
Well,
the-
Scott Norton
Scott
used to be
Norton,
an arm wrestler. World champion arm wrestler.
Trash wrestler.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
He was in that
Said
movie
trash
Over
wrestler?
the Top too.
He was.
Nah, you know that
With,
was what was
He was
the-
in that?
Stallone.
It was
Yeah.
the B
Yeah.
team.
The B team.
Scott Norton, him, Buff Bagwell,
They weren't the B team.
the NWO B team.
I thought they were called the Brick and Buff or something like that. Because
Buff
they had
and-
the bricks on his
Trash.
stomach.
Yeah,
and
on
then
that
used
was
to
way
brick-
on
after.
his
That was
onesie.
way after.
Yeah.
It said
Trash.
it was the NWO
He said,
onesie with the
Yeah.
bricks on it.
What were they called?
The B team.
They were called the B team.
Yeah. The
Oh,
NB
shit.
weren't they called a B team?
No,
Any combination of those second tier NWO guys
That
called
was
the
black
B
and
team.
white.
Yeah. No, it was the B team.
It don't matter. Trash.
except for Stevie Ray. You know, Stevie Ray used to call people fruity booties.
Why?
I don't know.
And on that note, we run it. We run it.
We run
The
it.
running.
The running.
Like and subscribe, y'all.
We out. Peace.